So there are multiple options to choose from when using timber, depending on the function of the timber is meant to serve. So first we got sawn timber. So these are rectangular lengths cut from logs. Its use is for a lightweight structural timber, typically for a low to sometimes mid-rise building. Next we got glue laminated timber, also known as glulam. So this is similar to CLT, but the layers are stacked in the same grain direction. This is mainly used for structural beams and columns. Laminated veneer lumber, which is a softwood or hardwood veneer. So these are boards made from bonding multiple layers of thin wood veneer, as you can tell by the texture here. So this is mainly used for rafters, beams, lintels, joists, and columns. Next we've got laminated strand lumber. So again, this is softwood or hardwood fibres reconstituted. So whereas the beams like glulam and CLT used sawn timber panels, this is reconstituted, so it's all kind of mashed up, as you can tell by the texture here. So the boards made from strands of wood are glued and pressed together, and the use is similar to LVL in rafters, beams, lintels, joists, and columns. But the most exciting one, which we're going to cover today, is cross-laminated timber. So these are layers of timber board stacked in altering grain directions and bonded with adhesives and pressed to form a solid rectangular panel. And this is mainly used for walls, floors, and roofs. So why would you go with cross-laminated timber in lieu of traditional concrete? First of all, it is lightweight. It is 1/5 of the weight of concrete. So concrete is 2,400 kilograms per meters cubed and timber is 500 kilograms per meters cubed. So this directly translates to smaller crane requirements and smaller foundations. Another benefit of going with CLT, it is quicker to build. So you're not sitting there waiting for the concrete to reach its strength. It's actually like an IKEA flat pack, so the panels that are typically wall and floor panels can go together really quick. And this leads to another benefit, which is less on-site labour. So you don't have steel fixers, form workers, concreters, and all the trades associated with concrete construction. With this, all you need is a few chippies to slap it together. There's also a very easy electrical and plumbing fit out for the end of construction. One typical query that people have over CLT or timber construction in general is its fire protection. So one characteristic of CLT is its ability to char. So this means the outside burns and forms actually a protective layer. And to allow for the fire protection, you just need to increase the thickness of the panel to allow for the charring layer to burn and allow enough time for the fire rating to be achieved. Or alternatively, you can place traditional fire resistant plasterboard, but the fire protection is most likely going to be subject to the regulation requirements or the standards requirements of wherever you are in the world. So when is it most ideal to use timber in lieu of concrete? So CLT, cross-laminated timber, is most suitable for the 5 to 15 story range. So anything less than 5 stories, you're better off using stick frame construction. The spans you're looking for is between 4 and 6 meters. So with this, you'll get about 200 to 220 depth of the CLT panel, which is quite similar to concrete. So this is where it is most competitive with concrete as a structural material. So obviously the building types for this would be things like apartments or hotel buildings or anything with shorter spans like that. For longer spans, you can combine glulam with CLT, but the floor to ceiling height will have to be increased to accommodate for the larger depth of both panels. Another big advantage, as we mentioned, was for poor soil conditions. So when you've got poor fouling material and you've got limited capacity by the piles, you're better off using a lightweight product like CLT. And on that note, also building extensions. So the lightweight nature, it opens up a whole new business case to build on top of existing buildings, as opposed to knocking a building down, completely and starting from scratch.